happening to you?
It's 9 small words, but 9 small words packed with so much meaning. I began looking for a good definition for the word all, and I found one in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It defines all as used up entirely, consumed by, completely taken up with, absorbed. All leaves nothing out. All-encompassing, all love, all trust, and all obedience. All instructions and directions must be followed. All leaves no room for negotiation. To be in compliance with all, the entirety of instructions must be followed for complete obedience to be fulfilled. Our first example of this complete obedience is Ruth. Ruth was married to Naomi's son Mahlon. Naomi's sons and husbands have all died, and since now she is alone, she has decided to return to her homeland of Bethlehem. Naomi has instructed her daughter-in-laws to return to their homeland and remarry since they are still young enough to have children. One daughter-in-law, Orpah, returns to her home, but Ruth refuses to leave Naomi. Ruth chapter 1, verses 16 through 18 read, "Do not urge me to leave you or to return from following you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I shall be buried. May the Lord do so to me, and more also, if I do anything but death lets me part from you." And when Naomi saw that she was determined to go with her, she said no more. Ruth had a beautiful servant's heart, and she was determined to be there and take care of Naomi. She put Naomi's needs before her own. Ruth refused to be parted from Naomi because she wanted to stay with her mother-in-law and take care of her. One way Ruth provided for the family was by gleaning in Boaz's field. Boaz was impressed with how hard Ruth worked and made sure she had enough to eat. After returning home, she recounted her day to Naomi. After hearing about Ruth's day, Naomi decided that Boaz would be a good husband for Ruth. Naomi gave Ruth instructions on how she should approach Boaz, and Ruth's response was, "All that you say to me, I will do." Ruth 3:5. Ruth's faith, trust, and obedience to all of Naomi's instructions resulted in many blessings, blessings of a new husband and a new family. Wow, Ruth was an obedient servant to her mother-in-law, and she was blessed beyond measure for it. As a Christian, we should strive to follow Ruth's example. Ruth unwaveringly followed all of Naomi's directions. The next person we are looking at does not seem to understand the full meaning of the word all. This person is Moses. When we think of Moses, we think of the humble servant who spoke to God through the burning bush and led the Israelites out of the land of Egypt. It goes without saying that Moses was a faithful and obedient servant of God. Hebrews 3:5 states, "Moses was faithful as a servant in all God's house, bearing witness to what would be spoken by God in the future." We also know that Moses had a deeply personal relationship with God. Exodus 33:11 reads, "The Lord would speak to Moses face to face, as one does with a friend." These verses show how intimate Moses' relationship was with God. But even Moses, for all of his accomplishments, had fallen short from the all directive. The Israelites were in the desert with no water. As usual, there is murmuring amongst the camp. Moses and Aaron go into a tent to speak with the Lord. Numbers chapter 20, verse 7 through 8 reads, "The Lord said to Moses, 'Take the staff, and you and your brother Aaron gather the assembly together. Speak to the rock before their eyes, and it will pour out its water. You will bring water out of the rock for the community, and their livestock can drink.' Once Moses and Aaron leave the tent, they gather the Israelite community together. Moses says, 'Listen, you rebels. Must we bring water out of this rock?' Then Moses raises his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out, and the community and their livestock drank." Numbers chapter 20, verses 10 and 11. "All that you say to me, I will do." All the Lord had said was not done that day. Moses was instructed to speak to the rock, but he struck it instead. James chapter 1, verse 22 reads, "Do not merely listen to the word, and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says." We do not know why Moses struck the rock instead of speaking to it. Maybe he was angry and acted before he thought. However, we might not know the reason, but we do know that all the Lord has said was not done that day. Moses did not follow all of his instructions, and for his disobedience, he was denied entry into the promised land. Numbers chapter 20, verse 12 reads, "Because you did not trust in me enough to honor me as holy in the sight of the Israelites, you will not bring this community into the land I give them." That last statement says so much. By being obedient, we are showing our complete trust, and by being obedient, we are showing honor. We just looked at 2 strong biblical examples of servanthood, faith, and obedience. Strong, but not perfect. During the course of our Christian walk, there will be Ruth days and sad 1:8 says, "Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful." In the book, The Kingdom, Power, and Glory by Nancy Misler, she sums it up by saying, "The real test of faith comes when we can trust God even in the depths of our trials, even before the victory is realized, and even before his promises are fulfilled."